We're live. What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday, but more importantly, we got Luis Palomino coming on. Big fight coming up this weekend, December 3rd. Lightweight championship on the line. The number one pound for pound bare knuckle fighter in the world, undefeated two-division champion Palomino will defend that lightweight title against Tom Shoaff. I'm very excited about the card. I think it's going to be a stacked card. It looks really good. And I'm trying to work a few things out of my schedule. I'm really trying to make it out there. I'm dying to make it out there. It's going to be an amazing time. So if you haven't tuned in yet to Bare Knuckle, you should. And I would cancel some of your plans this weekend and watch this thing. I know I'll have my phone on me regardless, but I'm really going to try to make it out there. But without further ado, I want to bring on Luis Palomino now because we got to talk about it. So let's do it right now. Champ.
Let's go, brother.
All right, man. I'm excited. We got big things coming up. You know, you've been a very active and defending champion, and even when you've had those moments where you weren't defending your title, you didn't have a fight, you'd always, like when I spoke to you, always get a little antsy. Like, yo, I want to fight. I want to be active. I'm getting older. I don't want to, I'm not getting any younger. I want to keep going. And you've been great. You've been undefeated, obviously. So obviously, congratulations to that. But more importantly, we got business to discuss because you got a big fight and title defense coming up. How you feeling?
I'm feeling like $1,000,000, brother, ready to perform. There's no better feeling than when I'm booked and ready to go for a fight. You know what I mean? So we're ready to go, man. Ready to go. Like, there's nothing else to be said. The fight night's nearly here. Saturday night, December 3rd. So another knockout to add to the list.
That's it. The heads, man. We've been talking about them samurai heads. And Tom Shoaff, here he comes. You know, he's ready for this championship bout. One question I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on Shoaff's confidence that, that he's going to put you away? He said he's going to put you out. He's going to knock you out. And what do you think about that?
I think that his confidence is very superficial. I think that in every interview that I've seen him do, and that's not to put nothing down, this is just what I'm seeing, it's almost like if he's talking to himself, trying to believe what he's saying, trying to amp himself up to help himself believe that he can do what he's saying that he can do. But no, he's not the man. He's not the man to beat me, man. He's just not the person.
So do you feel that, based on the fights that he's had, I mean, he's had some tough opponents. He's fought Julian Lane, Joe Elmore. He's had some tough fights there. Tom Shoaff's a tough guy. He gets hit a lot from the fights that I've seen. Do you think that's going to play a factor in your fight with him?
Oh, definitely, man. Because look, I don't want to say that I'm the heaviest hitter, but if I want to put you away, I will put you away. I have one punch knockout power. I have very good accuracy. Like, I can put you away. I want to be more active. When I get in there, I'm having fun. I want to show you skills. I want to show you angles. I want to show you that I can hit and not be touched. I want to display a show for the fans, if you will. You know what I mean? The fans that really understand what, levels to this shit is. You know what I mean? But as of right now, I owe the fans a knockout. I owe myself a knockout. And I definitely know my team. I owe my team a knockout. So I'm going for a finish. I think that the fact that he gets hit a lot is going to put him away between the first and second round. Look, I don't cut nothing away from him. I don't take nothing away from him. The dude is tough. He's got 10 fights in the organization. He's been fighting longer than I have in the organization. For that reason, I had no problem. When his name was mentioned, I said, okay, let's do it. I think he's deserving of a title shot. He's fought, a lot of people. He's fought some good names, as you mentioned. I just don't think he's on my level, man. He's just not the person to do it.
It's funny. I think that you've been doing these interviews and you're doing really good because that was really the next thing I was going to talk about. But, obviously you've mentioned that you owe your team and the fans a knockout. But why do you feel this fight needs to end in a knockout? Why does it have to end that way for you?
Hey, I'm very big with the fans, Joe. You know what I mean? I try to communicate with the fans. Like, if I have the time, instead of being on social media looking at dumb shit, like, I'll answer fans and communicate with fans. When the fan, it's the only ones that get disrespectful are ridiculous Dat fans or ridiculous Brito fans, right? And when they get stupid, and if you're gonna get illogical, if you're gonna get disrespectful, easy. block, delete. Now go talk to the other 100 followers you have. You know what I mean? Like, I tried. If they don't get disrespectful and they don't have to necessarily like me, or if they have something to call me out about, or they have something, no problem. We go back and forth. If I have the time, I'll go back and forth. So due to that, you got to think about it like this. Other than Brito, okay, Brito, the first fight that I had and the last fight I had, other than Brito, everybody that I fought was undefeated. Every single fighter that I had was undefeated. That's why, I'm 100% confident that I'm the pound for pound best knuckle fighter in the world today. Brito has Juggernaut in his ear. He has Lorenzo Hunt in his ear, making him look and feel and act more of a clown than he really is. I gave him a mutual respect as a man, as a fighter after the fight. And then to come, look, man, the audacity in your face to lose and keep a belt. In the press conference, I said, hey, man, you're a man of your word? He said, yeah. There's something going on with BKFC and the police have said Diamond Belt, right?
Right, I saw that.
That belt, technically speaking, right? This dude, when he won the belt for welterweight, he won both belts simultaneously. You don't go and win two belts together, then go and lose and choose to keep a belt. I mean, come on, man. I mean, how ridiculous, how stupid are you, man? How pathetic of a wannabe champion are you holding on to a belt that you lost? You lost. If it was me in his shoes and I lose a belt, I hate that. I can't stand that, dude. Okay? If I had lost to that guy, you think that I would not have given the other belt and kept it if I was in the same situation as he was, where it's not technically on the line? Bro, I lost. I give you both belts because I'm a man. You know what I mean? So, to answer the question, brother, and stick to the question, man, I believe I owe the fans a knockout because although I've been facing the top competition in 155 and I haven't delivered many knockouts, if you give me a bunch of tomato cans like Juggernaut, I'll knock every single one of them out. You know what I mean? You can't compare. He tries to call himself a pound for pound. He tries to call himself a double bare knuckle world champion. He should have been disqualified in his last fight. So both of these dudes are clowns to me. You know what I mean? Like he got knocked down, dizzy, and hit the guy on the floor. He should have been disqualified. So to me, I'm the only two-weight division champion in the world right now for bare knuckle. You know what I mean? So having that said, man, I'm coming out now to my 8th fight, and I haven't had a knockout in quite a little while. So I owe that knockout to the fans. I owe that knockout to myself and to the team.
Have the fans been vocal about that to you? Have they said, "Hey, we want to see you get a knockout"? Has people been talking smack or anything like that?
Not my fans at all. Not my fans are like, damn, because my fans, they enjoy the show I put on. They enjoy, the quality of skill. How I make this dudes look. How I come in here like this and I come out like this. They really enjoy it. I know, but props for my fans. It's only the haters, and I'm not worried about them. I just think about it. You know what, man? I fiend for knockouts. To me, it's like I need that fix. So if I haven't gotten another wow, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to finish this dude before the second round's over.
Okay, and I've seen a lot of your interviews, but I know one thing you had mentioned. Of course, Tom Shoaff's got the reach advantage, but you're like, hey, I'm a different fighter in a situation like that. You're going to see a different Luis Palomino. I've seen you fight. Your inside fighting skill is phenomenal. I mean, we've seen it. So, you're saying second round knockout. Is that your prediction for this fight?
That's aiming at. If he doesn't go to sleep in the first, just look, man, you got to give it to Tom, right? Tom gets dropped, the dude gets back up and walks forward. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's an easy target to just finish and put away and say, okay, I'm going to finish it and that's it. It's not that simple. You know what I mean? But I know the power I possess. I know the accuracy I possess. I've studied him. And I study myself, comparing myself to him and what I can do and what he can do. I know that I'm going to have to work to get in that pocket. I'm a great fighter in the pocket. But once I get in that pocket, I'm going to do damage. I'm going to do serious damage. I don't see him standing passing the second round.
I can't wait to see that, man. I'm looking forward to it because I already know. Listen, I'm trying to make it out to this fight. I'm really hoping I could get there, but I will have my phone on me. So if I'm not there live, I will be watching that, and I'm excited about it. But, will this be your final fight in the lightweight division? I know you've talked about it. You want to defend the belt once, and then win, lose, or draw, you want to focus on the 165 welterweight division. Is that still, is that still true?
I never look. The reason why, the number one reason I wanted to be double champion was because I want to be the first double champion, and I did it. The second reason, and the biggest reason I would say, is because I think that this is a way for me to stay more active. If I can fight 4 times a year, I would be the happiest man in the world. I'm 42 years old. I'm running against time. I feel great. Don't get me wrong. I don't see retirement right away. I feel good. You know what I mean? And I'm not even getting hurt, But I want to be more active. So if I can be more active, the way that it would be, I would say defend both belts simultaneously. And I'm not a big 155er. You know what I mean? So I can do both weight classes, no problem. As long as they give me enough time. Like, the fight's over within 2 weeks, 2 weeks max. They tell me, hey, look, now you're going up to 165. Give me the time. Give me the time to prepare myself as the professional that I am. As long as they give me the time, I go 65. They tell me, no, you're fighting 55. I'll go 55. I'll do whatever the company says against whoever they throw at me, as long as the number behind that matches. And you'll never see me pick a fight. If I pick a fight, we can talk about that later, what names I will throw out there. You never see me pick a fight, and you never see me turn down the fight. That's not me. You know what I mean? I literally asked, once Tornado lost to James Lilly, I said, okay, is he next? I asked for him for this fight. You know what I mean? Maybe they have other plans for him. I asked for Conor Tierney, calling me out for 165. I have no problem defending my belt against him at 165. But I think that in the 165-pound division, there's a few animals there that needs to be sorted out, because I want to fight the best. I want to fight the best one of the division, and I think there's a few of them there. I don't even want to mention to give nobody too much hype, but there's a few of them there that should fight each other to see, who's going to fight the champ, the champ. You know what I mean? And at 55, since I'm defending right now for the 5th time, they have interim titles. So if they need to do something, and keep it moving, put an interim title in there. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? I'll defend 165 and drop right back to 155. No problem. As long as I stay active.
I like that because I know when we last spoke, Tyler Goodjohn was training with you, and he's trying to do his thing in the 155, and you said you wanted to kind of move to the side just so Tyler could go after the belt, but it sounds like that has changed.
Well, if he'd have won the fight against James Lilly, I think that would have put him right back to title contention, being 4-1, losing only to the champion and beating the top contenders in the 155 division right now. So he didn't win the fight. He didn't follow game plan. He's going to be coming back by the end of the month, about 2 weeks after this fight's done. We're going to get back to work, going to get him right back on that horse, and we're going to get him, back up there. If I put Tyler back into title contention and he's up for a fight, I'll gladly step off 155 and leave 55 alone. You know what I mean? But if Tyler is not, going at 155 title, then the king must remain the king,
Okay, I like that. And I think that's a smart move too, because like you said, you want to stay active. I think if you could defend 2 titles and fight in 2 weight classes, why not? You got the ability to do it. That's the best way to stay active for sure. Let's talk about age for a second. 42, obviously you feel great. You look great. You haven't been getting hurt in these fights. How long do you see yourself going? Is it just going to be one of those things where it's like, I'm not really going to put a number on it. It's just going to be a feel thing. It's just going to be like, you know what? I feel this is a good time for me to go. And you feel like you got a lot more in your gas tank.
I just turned 42, October 9th. So
my dad's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you. If I was to put an age date, if I was to do that, the way that I feel right now, I would say 45. Okay. Now, am I going to wait until 45 to retire? I don't know. Because to me, I've accomplished everything that, I'm all about legacy. But my legacy is I've done it. You know what I mean? I've done it. I was the first 2-weight division champion, undefeated, pound for pound, best fighter in the organization. I've done it. I think my legacy is secured, right? So right now, I'm all about the numbers right now. I'm all about the numbers. So if the numbers make sense, I'm fighting till I'm 45. If the money is not right, if it's not worth my while, I have business ventures that I'm getting into. I have a couple of business companies that I've started, and they're just getting started. So I'm going into business. I'm looking to make money because I believe that I've earned it. You know what I mean? And it's a different phase of Palomino now. I'm married. We just bought our first property. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking to make money for my kids that I'm trying to have right now. You know what I mean? So I need to make money, man. I need to make the real money. I've called out Chad Mendes. I don't know how many damn times. Crickets. I try to get fight with Buaka. Crickets. You know what I mean? Like, I'm waiting for those money fights. If those money fights come up, I'll keep fighting until I'm 45. As long as I'm getting paid what I'm worth. What I feel I deserve. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the company doesn't take care of me. The company takes good care of the champ, but I believe that we step to another level now, and we need to up it up.
Definitely, you gotta earn. The more you win, the more you earn. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta definitely do it. I saw you did something on social media a few weeks back. It looked like you were doing some acting. Yeah, what's going on with that? You gonna get yourself into the world of acting? What's going on?
I mean, that was my real dream as a child. I never dreamed of being a fighter.
No
You know what I
kidding.
mean? Just happened to be good at it. And I said, you know what, man, maybe if I become famous in this, maybe I can get into some movies, and I stumbled onto some like extra work. And next thing you know, I stumbled onto like some work with JCB Productions, which is stunt coordinator, Juan. He hooked me up with a few soap operas, novelas. He even got me in a TV show. I made some good money, man. Like some.
I lost you for a second there, champ. Technology wise, we were doing good for a while, but
We're back. Got it.
and we're back. Commercials
All
over.
right. So yeah, I made some good money, man. I went from like the first day I did extra, got paid like 100 and something bucks. Sit there all day doing nothing. And then that same day, somebody behind the camera was like, "Hey man, you should be doing fight scenes." I'm like, "It's my first day here." He gave me the number to Juan, which is JCB Productions. And then I went from making $100 to making like $400, $600 for fight scenes that would take me like 2 hours instead of spending the whole day there. You know what I mean? Then he got me in a TV show that I made like over what, $3,600 in one day. You know what I mean? And then I got residuals for years for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it pays well. It pays well. So definitely, if I was to say that I had a dream when I was a child, it would be being behind the movies, behind the camera. I'm very comfortable with it. And what I've been doing are little skits here and there for sponsors. And we did the promo for the fight, the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, I like that.
Dude, that's a working actor. G-Rod's my boy. This dude, man, has been like in a lot of movies, like in a lot of TV shows. The guy's like, that's what he lives out of, And he's the one that put the whole scene together. He gave me the lines.
Nice.
He kind of like, he pushed me through it. He educated me through the motions. It took us about 2 hours. So we had much fun, and it was a hit, man. People loved it. So,
it was great. I enjoyed it, and it's cool to see shit like that because it's different. Everybody. I always feel I get it. We all get in our comfort zone, and I could speak for myself too in podcasting. It's like the same sometimes, the repetition, the questions and everything. But it's nice to switch things up and come at it from a different direction because it's eye catchy. It's like, that's a cool way to promote a fight right there. I like that.
Yeah, man. Right at the same day, my wife and I had this idea of doing it because I'm sponsored by 1-800-INJURE, right? It's a friend of mine since high school. And little did I know that he had his team working on social media videos. I didn't know, right? So I said, you know what, let's do a video real quick with car accident because realistically speaking, there's a lot of car accidents here in Miami. And people, they get that anger of traffic anger, that road rage, and they get stupid. You know what I mean? And you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Boy came to buy some tickets from me. My boy Edwin, and he asked what's called the Miami Dunk. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, let's do this real quick. And we did it like this, like 30, 40 minutes. Where we do a car accident, and I'm coming out, my girl's putting.
Oh, I think you got a call coming in, Luis. I lost you for a second there. We got some road rage on the internet going on right now. There we go.
All right. So my girl's like, hold up a second. Give me the water to drink, Vaseline, mouthpiece. I get out the car, like, you know who I am? Bah! Get shot.
I got to see that. Where is that?
I got a shot by the gangster, man, because you never know what's gonna happen. And they deal with it, and this is not the way to handle the car accident. Call 1-800-INJURED. And bro, he loved it. The dude calls me. He said his 70-year-old mom loved it. She was freaked out at first. Then she started cracking up. So next thing you know, he's hiring my camera guy to do 3 different scenes. So we're gonna be doing more scenes after this because they loved it.
Oh, that's great, man. Yo, send me that. I want to check that out.
I got you.
That sounds good, man. Say, listen, bro. Rocky Balboa, he couldn't make it in acting. He tried, but I think Palomino could do it, though.
You already know.
I got the faith, bro. And you know what? Miami's a great place, man. There's a lot of gigs going on down there. Obviously, they do a lot of work, and I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. I know, I'm going to be doing some more of that, but I think you're going to have a lot of opportunity out there, man. BKFC may be in for a shock, man. With the money you'll be making doing acting, they may have to step their game up, bro.
Oh.
So listen, Tom Shoaff, man, he said he doesn't fear you, and I with fighting, I don't know. I think being a little scared is okay. It kind of revs you up, but I mean, he said he doesn't fear you. So do you think that confidence will play against him in the fight? What do you think?
I tell you, I repeated it again. I think that he's trying to talk, himself, into believing that he is ready to beat me. If any man says that they don't fear, I think that's bullshit. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some sort of fear. Not necessarily I fear that man, but there's always going to be some sense of fear where, could he do this? Could he, maybe he clips me, maybe this, maybe that, or the pressure. So there's always going to be some sort of fear in there. And I think that that's what makes you alert and awake and ready to go for anything. I don't think it comes down to not being scared. I think it's whether you have the fear or not, is being able to deal with it and not show it. You know what I mean? So I think he's
poker face,
talking to himself than anything.
But after, not looking past this fight, obviously, we've talked about the fight. We talked about your training. We talked for the fact that second round, you're looking for that KO, but I don't want to look too far ahead, but of course, we're going to look ahead a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on. And one thing I've seen was that you want to go do some boxing. You talked about some glove boxing. You threw some names out there.
Yes,
and one of the names obviously was Mayweather. That's a big name. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if Floyd would take that fight only because I don't know. I think the last couple of fights he did was all right, McGregor, but that fight didn't go too good for McGregor. You know what I mean? So
Mayweather right now, man, is the last 2 fights that I saw was one in Japan and then one with this other dude, right? I don't know if he was African or what it was. He's now aiming at these guys that have some sort of little fame where they're from. He goes and he's cashing out his big checks. Mm. It's only so long that he can do that, because the last fight that he had was horrible. It was like he's talking and playing. Like people are like, man, we're not paying the big bucks for this. I understand that they're exhibitions, but there's got to be some sort of competition if you want people to keep paying you. So I'm thinking. I think it would be a fair fight for the simple fact that I'm 42 years old. He's 44, 45, right? I think we're in the same age range, same weight classes, and he's never done it. He's never fought a bare knuckle boxer, let alone the GOAT in the pound for pound of bare knuckle boxing versus the GOAT in the pound for pound of glove boxing. So I think that that's something that should call his attention. I think that it would be a good challenge for him. It could be an exhibition, or it could be whatever he wants it to be. You know what I mean? But I think that fight is very possible to happen if it just gets to the right ears. And I'm in at 1,000%, man. That would be like the dream fight right there. That would be like it for me. Other than that, there's still other names out there.
Yeah, I think just in itself, pound for pound bare knuckle number one versus a pound for pound number one in boxing, that definitely has something there. Whether it's like they did with the triad, and they had the, what was it, the 6-ounce boxing gloves or whatever they were fighting with. I can't remember off the top of my head. Bare knuckle or, traditional boxing. At some way, shape, or form, I would definitely pay money to see it. There's no question about it. But there's a lot of other people out there, like Jake Paul's putting these cards together. There's a lot of different people. We saw BKFC Brian Maxwell. He fought Chad Ochocinco. Is that something you do too? Would you be like, hey, I'll fight another athlete who thinks that he's able to get into a ring and fight with a professional fighter? Is that something you do if the money's right?
Yeah, look, man, when it comes to glove boxing, whether it's with Mayweather or anybody, or in any show, it could be a thriller like the one that you just spoke about right now for when he fought Chad Ochocinco. He had the blessing of BKFC. When it comes to, look, I'm very loyal to the company. Okay, they're taking care of me, and I want to continue to have the company at my side. So the way that I look at glove boxing would be with Dave Feldman's blessings. I would even like him in my corner, put it that way. You know what I mean? If we were to say, okay, boxing, I guess where boxing came from, boxing versus bare knuckle boxing. But we do it with gloves. I know that Mayweather's not going to take off the gloves. I put on the gloves, put Dave Feldman in my corner with the rest of my team, and we go and fight, bare knuckle, where boxing got started, and boxing with gloves. See who the real champ is. You know what I mean? And we face anybody else. It could be Nate Diaz with gloves or without gloves. It could be, Justin Gaethje. It could be Masvidal. It could be Jose Aldo's free now. You know what I mean? It could be any of these big names that would like to fight me either in bare knuckle. I call it the dark side. If they
One moment. Technology's starting in again. Hold on 1 second.
There it is. I call it a dark side. If they don't want to take off the gloves and come to the dark side, I come to their side. I put the gloves on with BKFC's blessing and represent BKFC in the ring with gloves on.
What do you think of Nate Diaz as a free agent now? Do you think, because a lot of people are speculating where's he going to go next? Is it going to be Bellator? Is it going to be BKFC, pro wrestling? Everybody's starting to talk. What do you think about that? Where do you think he should go?
I see Jake Paul throwing money at him, going crazy, but Jake Paul always likes fighting smaller guys, man. Look, man. Nate Diaz has a lot of mileage on him, and he has a lot of mileage on him, and Jake Paul is brand new and a bigger person. He has some power on him. You got to respect. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a fair matchup. I think that would be a mistake for Nate Diaz to go in there and something happens and he gets hit by the heavier guy and he doesn't get back up. Or any type of loss against that guy would be very detrimental to his legacy. You know what I mean? But I believe that Nate Diaz being, like Nick and Nate being the street fighters that they were, the real fighters, I think that the best home for him is bare knuckle. The best place for him is take the damn gloves off because that's the type of fighter he is. Yeah. He's not a boxer. He's not even an MMA fighter. He doesn't even care about winning and losing MMA. He doesn't even care about the title. He cares about fighting. And what's more raw than bare knuckle boxing? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's fighting. You know what I mean? I think Nate Diaz versus Luis Palomino would be the fight of the century.
Ooh.
I think that more than Mike Perry, I deserve that fight because I put in the work in this organization. Look, nothing against Mike Perry. I think he's a sweet dude. We cool. He's only had 2 fights in the organization, and you got this manager, his silly ass manager talking about he's the king of bare knuckle. No, brother. You can't have 2 fights and try to say that he's the king of bare knuckle. No, right. I'm about to be 8-0 with 2 different categories of world titles. So if anybody deserves that big money fight right there with Nate Diaz would be me, and I'm closer to the weight class. We can do it at 165, no problem. You know what I mean? I think if you want to find out who the face of the organization is, who the real king, then the Mike Perry fight should be done at 170. I'll fight him at 170. He's not a champion. There's no reason why I should go to 175. He's fought most of his career at 170. So I don't think there's any problem with dropping to 170 and doing a super fight with the pound for pound. And then we figure out who the real king of bare knuckle is. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro, you just threw me for a whirlwind right now. I didn't expect that. Damn, Mike Perry, huh?
Hey, man, I challenged Thiago Alves at 175 for the title. And that fight almost happened. Look, when I say Mike Perry, I'm not talking to Mike Perry. Mike Perry was signing that dotted line any day. Mike Perry is a gangster. You know, he's a real fighter. You know what I mean? I'm talking to the manager. I'm talking to the same manager that booted my name out, the contention against Thiago Alves. You know what I mean? And put Yuli Monster because he managed both guys. And he was double dipping. He didn't care who won or lose. He just put both of my guys to make money so I can get paid. You know what I mean? But I was in negotiations for the fight against Thiago Alves at 175. I was calling him out at 170. He didn't accept. He said it didn't do anything for his career, so I went up to 175. I said, okay, I'll do 175 for the title then. If I'm gonna go to 175, but I'm not gonna go to 175 if there's no belt there. You know what I mean? There's no point in that. I'm not that big. I walk around 170. You know what I mean? I have to put on some weight to fight at 170. You know, so as long as I'm told, okay, you're gonna fight. Give me a minimum of 3 to 4 months. You're gonna fight Mike Perry at 170 for a super fight. Let's do it. Done deal.
You could take my money. Actually, I'll fucking buy 10 subscriptions for 10 random fans if that fight happens. That's my promise. I would love to see that fight, and it would be worth the money to hook 10 people up with BKFC app.
There we go.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I would buy 10 subscriptions for 10 random fans if that fight happens. It'd be well worth it because I think it's like I'm not even like, you know, I'll be there to watch that for sure, but I'll hook people up just to be like, yo, you got to watch this fight because that would be insane. Actually, I'm going to start talking about that more now. Perry versus Palomino. I like that.
Yep.
Wow.
I think hell of a super fight. I mean, what other name is bigger than mine's to BKFC right now? It's his popularity, his following. Not because of what he's done in the organization, but because of who he is and known around the world. In the organization, I don't see right now, signed to the organization, I don't see a bigger name. And I'm looking at my next fights like, which fight gets me the biggest check? I don't care who it is. I care about the check. So don't give me the crap about I'm ducking or vacate this. I'm not vacating shit. Come and take my belts from me.
Yeah, I think with BKFC, it's you, it's Juggernaut, it's Johnny Bedford, even though he's been on the shelf for a little bit. Still guys that have been fighting for a while, found success, won belts. You know, you mentioned Brito's name too because he's been around for a while and won a title. You know, those are the names that just stick right away. Obviously, on the women's side, for Rhea, Britain Hart, you know, they've been around for a while and had success as well. But that's off the top of my head, the ones that come to mind. But in a situation like yours, I would love to see the Perry fight. I would love to see Nate Diaz come over to bare knuckle and do that fight. You know, I wish Thiago Alves had worked out because that would have been a great fight as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I agree with you with the 165 division. I would like to see that get ironed out a little bit more. I would like to see, you know, a clear cut who's the next in line. You know, if it's not Brito getting a rematch, somebody else who's next in line. Let's see them work that situation out.
Brito don't exist to me. Brito will have to win a couple fights to be able to see me again. He's done.
Okay, so you'd say Brito's got to win 2-3 fights before.
Point. Beat him twice. Why would I fight him a third time when there's other people there? Nah. They would have to do a tournament, right? And pick the top of the top in 165. He would have to win that tournament to face me again. Other than that, I'm not interested. I'm not getting paid to fight that guy. It's not a money fight, and I beat him twice. There's no point.
So you got an...
And he kept my belt. To begin with, he needs to give him a belt if he wants me to consider fighting him again.
I like where your head is at, and I got a lot of the fans are chatting right now in there as well. Okay, yeah, we got one in here. Actually, I'm just gonna bring this up, not for the sake of smack talk, but just for the sake of a lot of people say this guy Jimmy Sweeney is still pound for pound in bare knuckle. He's overseas, across the pond. He's got a big reputation. You know, bare knuckle. I think BKFC just gave out somebody earned the belt in the UK. So why not have an opportunity where a champion in the UK fights a champion in the States under the bare knuckle FC brand? That could be something too. That could make some money.
As long as the number that comes attached to it makes sense, I'm open, bro. I'm open. It's for me.
Palomino's a popular guy. That phone's buzzing left and right. And your fans they're messing up the feed, Palomino. What's going on here? See what happens when you say Mike Perry versus Luis Palomino. Now people are going nuts. That's what's happening right now. Yeah, I think there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. But of course, respectfully, don't want to look past Tom Shoaff. It's a big fight coming up Saturday, December 3rd, Hard Rock, Hollywood, Florida. Tune in. For the people that are watching, make sure you subscribe to the Bare Knuckle app. Check it out. I think tickets still for sale. Is there still tables and stuff like that? I know you're selling tickets as well.
Yeah. There's still tickets out for sale. I alone have about 20 tickets left. So if anybody needs tickets, hit me up because I do have the best seats.
Oh, hell yeah, bro! Your camera went out. I can hear you, but it's a black screen. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's all good. I think that we're in store for a treat. Regardless, main event, the co-main, the card itself. I see a lot of familiar faces on that card. A lot of favorites in the South Florida area, so it's going to be a packed house.
I can't hear him.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna boot you out and then just come back in real quick, and we'll do the ending. Hold on one sec. Sometimes it's best, technology. We already know how it is over here with technology. It's always something. We'll get Palomino back on in a second. What up, everybody? Thanks for joining the chat. Deacon MMA, what up? Cody in the house. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I see you in the chat. Don't worry, I see you in the chat. Mason in the house. What up? I got Palomino back. There we go, Luis. There we go. Breaking the internet over here, bro. Bringing up Mike Perry's name. That's what happens. But no, man, it's exciting. What I was asking you, I know you do a lot of ticket sales. You sell a lot of tickets. Do you still have tickets available for anybody that's watching?
Yes, I actually have about 20 left of the 125, which are right in the middle of the section. Right in the middle. So I have about 20 left of those, and maybe like 2 more VIPs that are $600 each with unlimited drinks included. So for that, I'm sold out.
I like that, man. My man Palomino selling tickets. It's time, man. It's time. So we got a couple of days left. I know you're doing your preparation. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight, Luis, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck. It's going to be a great night of fights, and I hope to see you there, my friend.
You got it, brother. Thank you for having me again, man. Take care.
You got it, champ. Have a good one. Yo, thank you guys for tuning in. I haven't done a live in a while, but I felt froggy tonight. I wanted to do a live, so hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Yo, Deacon, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Also, shout out to my buddies at Mission Accomplished. Thanks for the tea. We represent, and it's a family thing over here. Ain't no competition. We're all eating at the same table, so no need to hate. You know what I'm saying? We're all in this thing together, having fun. That's really the whole point of it. My man Jay Lovato in the house. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Got another podcast I'm working on. It's called Fight Game, interactive, combat sports themed trivia show where celebrities, influencers, and professional athletes, fighters included, will go head to head on this show. We're almost done filming season 1. I'm anticipating New Year's Day as the first episode that will get dropped. So I'm hoping to make it happen by then, but we'll see. So far, so good. I had a lot of fun guests on. It's been a fun show. Cool part about it, if you're watching, you can actually play along with the game too. So it's very interactive. With that being said, it's Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday. There's 3 things that you need tonight. You need a taco. You definitely need tequila. And most importantly, toilet paper. The 3 T's. Don't forget them. God bless you guys. Have a great night.